Hello, it's been easy. Well, as I promised, I said I'll talk about UFO and DNA and what we should be really concerned about pertaining to uh, the deception that these people have been cooking for a while. And well, let's get to it, okay? So this applies to, I don't know, any supposed breakthrough in what people call as general artificial intelligence, or gods, they might come as that, or spacemen, right? Aliens or some sort, yeah? Or even returning men, yeah? Returning men. There are theories floating out there that if you were to simulate humans living on Mars, then you'd end up with what we call the grays, right? If you take into account the fictional gravitational anomalies on that planet, the atmosphere and everything, you'd end up with the grays, yeah? So, I don't know, that's a possibility. It might come from the sea, they might come from the sea. They might say that, hey, we are a species of, I don't know, beings who lived in the sea, deep in the sea, or maybe underground, or whatever. Okay, it applies. Okay, it applies. The aim is still the same. The aim is still the same, right? The aim is still the same. So, the spiritual singularity or arrival, right? Our ancestors performed these so-called channeling rituals. Yeah, the shamans gave instruction to kings, right? So it made the immaterial material, right? Because the channeling and the shamans, when they talk to these spirits or entities, then they get, I don't know, instructions and inspiration and whatnot. Okay, so they gain power and they gain influence by that information provided by these supposed interdimensional beings. Okay, and they become powerful and advanced technologically because of what they learned from these beings. So the general assumption then comes as that they are friendly. They are friendly and their intention is not in any way I don't know, evil, let's say, right? So this is where the process of them materializing in this dimension happens, right? The process, right? The distraction are just like a kid. You are trying to inject something to a kid, so you give them a toy to distract them, right? So this is what has been happening even now, this whole time, right? This race war was perpetrated by them, because if we focus on our races and not the real enemy, then we won't fight the real enemy. Because so that is the first aspect, right? The way, paving the way, right? Making people even comfortable with the idea. That's why they have been pumping these movies for a while. They're making people more comfortable to the idea that life exists outside Earth, right? That's what they have been saying, not me. That's what they've been saying. That's what they have been insinuating, as I've proven many times in this here channel, right? So let's talk about the second aspect, which is the supposed wonders or miracles that will be performed by these supposed interdimensional beings, right? So to give context, right, where did they acquire such power over nature, yeah, using technology? Well, Noah, not Noah precise, but Enoch explains what really occurred, what really ensued. Well, these beings, these gods, are actually angels, right? They lived in heaven, and they had access to secrets of heaven, secrets to creation, even, right? So they do not lack knowledge in any way, right? They know a lot of things, right? They can do things that we as people, we as can I don't know, scientists cannot even start to apprehend, because of course they're in control of the exposure of the sciences, right? And what is possible, they have been in control of that, right? That's why the suppression of technology, right? They're suppressing technology because it's part of their situation, and they're afraid that if they let this technology out there, then it won't seem as a wonder or as a miracle anymore, right? So this is most of this information is mostly from the past. Okay, this is most information from the past, across histories, across multiple information that I've come across throughout the years, right? So levitation also seems to be a recurring theme, right? They have this method of propulsion that enables them to, I don't know, levitate, right? And then there is matter manipulation, right? They can manipulate matter in a way that we are not even aware of, right? Or are not even able to apprehend how they accomplished such a feat, right? Knowledge and science, of course, they will be very highly knowledgeable on these subjects, right? Frequency, energy, vibration, right? Their technology is mostly made of light, sound, and magnetics, yeah, just like the earth, right? The stars are basically sound in water. Sound in water creates light, right? So the entire earth, even the scripture say the entire earth even was created by the word, just by words, right? So everything has a specific frequency, a very specific frequency assigned by the creator, right? The master, right? The maker. So they manipulate the masses using these secrets, pretending that, hey, we have so much control over matter, we might as well be God, right? Or gods, right? So people offer and worship and listen to these people as if they are the creator of everything on earth, right? It makes sense scientifically, right? So here comes another phase, right? Here these beings have made themselves public. Now they are no longer a secret. They are no longer a spiritual singularity, but rather a thing, a tangible thing in front of you, speaking to you, talking to you, right? Now comes the upgrades, yeah, the supposed upgrades. There's always that, right? That they say, even now, they say that humanity has issues, and these people, of course, they have the solutions to whatever problems people might come up with, and questions. They'll try to answer everything. They are God. They have to have answers, right? So, meanwhile, they'll be pushing more BMIs, brain machine interface, of course, advances in augmented reality and virtual reality. Okay, I've told you the difference. Yeah, virtual reality, they take you into another world. Augmented reality is just a virtual elements added to reality, right? So you get what I'm saying, right? So it might be even in health. Yeah, health, people have health issues. Yeah, they might offer these solutions. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, right? But generally there's a punchline. Okay, there's always a punchline. There's always a punchline. Yeah, I saw this episode of this animation where the devil had the shop, right? And this shop, everything was free. In this antiquity shop, everything was free, but you do not pay with money. You do not pay with money, you pay with curses. So one example of a curse is that a man went in there to become attractive. Yeah, he wants to become attractive towards the females, to become more attractive. So he's given a jail. He becomes attractive, but then he becomes important. Okay, so this is the type of punchline I'm talking about. Okay, and since these beings are fallen angels, basically what we call devils, then you have a problem in your hand. Okay, so tools of war, even, they might try to even start with augmenting soldiers, creating super soldiers and stuff. Or even just the convenience, everyday things that people are trying to find more convenient ways to do it. And of course they are there to oblige, to adapt a new way of doing things, right? And as usual, it's not necessarily a good thing. A new thing is not necessarily a good thing, right? So robots, clones will also be in full-fledged in the coming days. This will be a huge thing, right? Advanced life support systems, like second chances, I don't know, for people in comas, or people in I don't know, who have stage 4 cancer or something. They are offered this service where they enter into these, I don't know, vats, just like those, I don't know, cryogenic vats, and they hook them up into virtual reality headsets, and now they live in these containers and they're sustained in these containers. At first it will be a thing of the rich, but then it will trickle down to the common people, and people will be quitting this reality and basically going over there, right? Because it will be like a honeypot. It will be highly convenient and highly suitable, and it will be the trend of that time. Of course, curing incurable diseases, of course, it's another thing. Diseases like, I don't know, HIV, I don't know, like cancer. They have eliminated any other possibility of curing these elements, but they are going to offer their own way. Okay, and here comes the punchline. And it always has to do with the DNA. Always has to do with the DNA. Okay, we all know this. Always DNA. Okay, and here's the trap. DNA. Here's the trap. You see. It might be, I don't know, a gadget needs an update. Like, for instance, what happens when your peacemaker fails, things like that, like Do you even own that peacemaker? Do you have even the right to repair? If it's not the makers of that particular device, are you even allowed to modify? Right? And this age of subscriptions, how much will it cost? We are seeing the issue of insulin. Yeah, it's a good example. For instance, insulin. Look at the market trend. It's like fuel. It's a thing that they can manipulate to make a lot of money in a really short time, because they are holding people's lifeline. Yeah, they're holding people's lifeline, and people would give up anything rather than dying, right? Yeah. So it's the world that we are living in. It's a reality that we are living in. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. It's a reality. Okay? So they say even they are going to unleash the body's full potential. Full potential. Okay? I think I've been open and forward on this, right? We are a downgraded version of creation of humanity. Okay? We are not like Adam and Eve in the garden. We are not. Okay, we are not as of now, as I'm speaking, right? Now, these prophetic gifts that God is giving people in these end times to help in protecting the kingdom, of course, these are just human condition, normal human condition, but since they are suppressed by sin, then it then becomes an issue of grace, really. Grace is like a supercharge. It's a temporary, it's like a drug. You get temporary relief, and you get to experience the full, I don't know, even a little percent of what actually people are, what people are actually, in not walking in perfection per se. That is until the end. But now we have to be tried. Our resolve has to be tested. That are we really faithful? Are we really believers? That's why everything is occurring right now. Yeah. So some of it has to do with the DNA, of course, but not all of it, right? Not all of it. So them claiming to cure just one aspect of humanity, like the body, and not healing the soul. That's why this science, that this knowledge these people are going to bring has to be tied to spirituality, because it has to cater to both those spiritual questions and worldly questions. Yeah, they're both important questions. Yes. So that's why the scriptures and the Bible is important. Yeah, because it lays down what to do and what not to do, right? We have seen this occurring theme, the corruption of humanity and every living thing, right? Trees, birds, animals and such. Yeah. And there's proof, right? There are elephants there that have 4 tusks. People have dug up these elephants that have 4 tusks, right? So there is ample proof of genetic manipulation going on after these supposed aliens or supposed gods or supposed interdimensional beings or supposed sea people or supposed underground men make themselves known to humanity, right? So here is a montage or a collage of these gods, okay, because at one point they were everywhere, right? They shared the same gods, they shared the same knowledge, right? It was one single kingdom under these fallen angels, yeah. And we see the motif here, right? A cow, a person, a bird, right? This is the representation that they chose across the world, right? So it is an important thing that we need to talk about. It's more important rather than talking about, I don't know what AI is gonna do. I rather concern myself with what a simple injection can do to a person's DNA. I'm more concerned about that, you know. So you see, the rich they think they can escape, but they will ask these mountains to fall down on them so as they can escape. But no, yeah. How? Why? Yeah. They're doing something in the spiritual world, right? And of course, the motif has been, of course, they're making way. They're making people comfortable with the idea. And they've even convinced people that, hey, this is safe. Yeah? Right? Look at this. So they inject these materials into people using these mosquitoes. Not just mosquitoes. Now what have they been spliced with? That is proprietary technology. They will never tell you that. But they'll just say, hey, we have good intentions. We want to cure this disease and this and that. Why is it, we had this talk, now I want to show you the programming, right? We had this talk about food and diet and all of this, right? But why are they pushing a more of like, they're pushing people to this left and right wing paradigm, right? Why is it, why don't we have a third person who eats both? How about that? How about that? They're just calling bad cholesterol. They're attacking cholesterol. They're attacking a very important compound. They're attacking a very important part of your body that involves the creation of cells. Yeah? DNA and proteins. Yeah? Cholesterol is important. It's very important in remaking and repairing damage dealt to the body. Okay, so this is the programming that we have been talking about. Yeah? So they are performing fake science to give fake obvious results, right? Of course, if you eat a lot of meat and no other plant-based things, then it will harm you. As it's the same as when you eat more fruits less than other animals, produce from animals. So we should find a balance. We should find a balance in the meals, and these people are trying to force us to pick sides, just like the Ukraine and Israel situation. Of course, it is beginning. Yeah, it is beginning. Okay, everybody is making theirs for different purposes. Yeah, talked about piezoelectricity. Yeah. Okay. Piezoelectricity in certain solid materials such as crystals, certain ceramics, and biological matter such as bones, DNA, and various proteins. You understand here? You understand what they're saying here? That these places, your DNA, your proteins, and your bones, even biological matter, meaning skin, hair, and such, they hold charges. Okay, they hold charges. I'm just prepping you for another lesson. Okay, I'm just prepping you for another lesson. Okay, and they say if a mechanical process is applied to them, then this electricity is released. Yeah. So here is the basis of most what is hidden, what these people have hidden from humanity. Squeeze or press. So I'm just waiting. And here's how they create electricity, by striking the crystals, quartz to be specific. Yeah. Have you ever seen these things? They are called organ generators. Okay, we're going to talk about them. Okay, and why are they in a pyramid shape? If you enter onto Google and you write organ, which is ORGENE, I think it's that. Organ, right? ORGONE, right? You'll find these things. Yeah. And now in the next video I will explain what this whole situation is about, right? Okay. We see this situation happening over there, right? More prepping for war, right? And of course we have them splicing metals to DNA. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. I've seen this image. Talk about the piezoelectricity. Talk about quartz and crystals in the blood, in the organs. Yeah. In the kidneys, there are crystals over there. Right. Talk about this last time, right? So the picture's already been painted. Yeah. DNA manipulation is out there. Yeah. So this is just a presentation to them. This is during the world wars. Yeah. Pilots observed such phenomenon that people today are even observing, right? Lights in the sky that seem to be intelligent. Yeah, performing things in the sky. And this Nuremberg situation is a picture that was drawn on wood apparently, and it was showing a battle that occurred. And these things in the sky supposedly are crafts. Yeah, crafts of light. Yeah, and we see even today, well, these things up here, these three lights, in the night, if they shine, they can look like that thing over there on the top, right? So we have seen spacecraft like this tube here. Okay, I've gone so deep, you can't even imagine. Okay, I've seen a lot of footage that if people would know, if for instance the cigar spaceship, and there's one clip where a ship recorded a UFO which was shaped like a cigar. It came out from the water and hovered on the surface and took off, and just went inside the water, and there's real footage out there, not this crappy footage that you're seeing right now. They're just prepping you for the real thing, to smack you in the face with it, but the UFO situation, they're real. Yeah, wherever you hear an incident applied to UFOs, maybe an abduction, it is possible. Yeah, it is possible. People being taken, it is possible. People being abducted, people having weird experiences, people seeing weird beings. All of these things exist and they are true. Or any of those witnesses, then there's a speck of truth in them. If they are liars, then they are liars, but there's a truth in there somewhere. Okay, I've seen enough to know so. Okay, I've seen enough to know so, right? I have sources on sources on sources on sources on sources. Okay, so I've done my due diligence. I'm just presenting you with what I've found and what the truth is, I'm just at the end. I've finished that road. I've gone through that rabbit hole. Yeah, I have followed where the UFOs have taken. It reached the point that I had access to people who had these scenes. Like every week, we would get at least 2 footage of these supposed lights in the sky, and not even from one camera, from multiple cameras across multiple cities, even at one time, so I know what I'm saying, right? So you need to be worried about your body, right? Why you should be worried about your body? Because there's nothing better than your body out there. They can't make anything like your body. Yeah, the body is like the ultimate, the ultimate creation. Okay, the ultimate creation, and they want to ruin it. They want to mutilate it. They want to change it. Now we need to be careful. And the change that has occurred right now is harmful enough. We don't need to go further. Okay, and we should be speaking about this. Yeah, because believe it or not, AI is gonna boost the processing of and simulation of genetic splicing. Okay, so you need to focus on the bigger picture. Okay, so they need to invade your body. Yeah, the devils, these spirits, know that they can make robots, but that's just a temporary, it's just a temporary thing. Yeah, but if they have a human vessel, then they get the full package of existing here in this dimension. So do not be distracted by anything. Okay, and take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your soul. Prince Eric signing out. I love you. Bye.